Like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
China's first population decline in 60 years sets off demographic alarm. China's population shrank last year for the first time since a devastating Mao-era famine, a clear sign the country faces a looming demographic crisis, exacerbated by decades of coercive policies that have left most families on the population decline, is a hugely important historical turning point, not only for China, but for the world, said Yi Fuxian, a researcher at the University of Wisconsin at Madison, and a longtime critic of Beijing's failure to embrace the magnitude of its demographic crisis if left unaddressed. Yi argues China's rapidly aging society will undermine Beijing's vision of itself as a rising power, poised to overtake the United States. A loss of economic momentum undermines the current cheap labor-dependent development model of the country, while the lack of a robust social security net or pension system could lead to a humanitarian catastrophe, he said. For decades, Chinese leaders have heeded the warning that demographics are destiny and have taken extreme measures in response. Beginning in the 1970s, fears by communist leaders that a growing population would outstrip food supplies led to a campaign telling couples to marry later, wait between children, and have fewer offspring overall. The birth rate fell dramatically. This is especially true for Chinese living in big cities, many of whom have radically different ideas about marriage and childbirth than their parents' generation. Other often cited concerns are lower wages for women after childbirth and a lack of readily available childcare. Shenzhen on Tuesday became the latest Chinese city to offer 10,000 yuan in grants for couples having a third child. Many believe far more is required. Writing on Weibo, a Chinese social media platform, economist Ren Ziping called for immediate measures to encourage childbirth, such as childbirth subsidies, inclusion of fertility treatment in social security, and better employment guarantees for women. Population is the most important and most overlooked future issue facing China, he said. Officials also said on Tuesday that gross domestic product grew just 3% last year as regular disruptions from the zero-COVID policy hit consumption, while the critical real estate sector shrank. The expansion was drastically lower than the 5.5% targeted by the authorities. Unemployment among 16 to 24-year-olds remained high at 16.7% for the year, after hitting nearly 20% in July.